Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Nicole, also known as Nikki Picky, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking about why I left my church in a new series called Finding My Faith. So yeah, this will be the first video to this series. When I decided to leave my church, I turned to YouTube, and there were some amazing creators and videos that really helped me make this decision to leave my church. I'm going to leave their videos in the comments. I'm also going to have them on the screen. Those videos if you're also, going through something similar. I also want to make a quick disclaimer. So number one, I will not be saying the church name. I will not be saying anyone's names or anything like that to protect people's privacy. Okay, so popping in here just really quickly, I have it so lucky. I got out at such a good time, and through reading and hearing about other people's experiences in the church where they've been in there for decades and have so much trauma, and how the church has had such an impact on their mental health and just them as a person. I am so lucky that I got out when I did. I do not want to discredit anyone else's experiences when leaving the church. People have it so much worse and so much harder than I do. I just wanted to share my experience however I can, and I don't want to minimize other people's traumas from being a part of this church way longer than I have. I'm making this video to share my experience. I'm not trying to send any hate at all to this church or people. I wish them the absolute best in life, and even if they send me hate after this video, I'm at peace with my decision and I wish them the best. So please do not attack them. Also, if you are in this church, I completely respect your decision. Please don't take this video as me attacking you or this church. This is just my experience. This is more just an educational video, okay? So please don't send hate to me. So this video is going to be in 3 parts. The first part, I'm going to talk about my experiences, how I heard about this church, my experience in the church. Number 2, I'm going to talk about, the reasons why I decided to leave the church, call them red flags. And the third part is going to be my next steps. What happens now once I leave a church? What do you do next? So yeah, let's get into it. I was approached by one of my friends, by a classmate. During the pandemic, he reached out to me and said, "Hey, would you want to attend church with us?" At this time, the church was in person. So I said, "Well, thank you for the offer, but unfortunately we're still online and I'm not very close to this church. So, for back in person for school, I'd be happy to attend church, but for now, no." And then it was offered for me to do a Bible study with them, him and his church. And I was like, yeah, sure. They're just studying the Bible. How bad can it be? Or so I thought. I got introduced to someone. We became instant friends. And I say instant friends because that's one of their tactics. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but we would study the Bible together. And there was a group of people at these Bible sessions. It would be me, the girl doing the Bible study, and then there would be a couple other people who wanted to meet me, take notes. So yeah, it would always be me and more people of their church. As soon as I told my parents I was, doing these Bible studies and I joined a church, they were like, "You joined a cult." And I was crying on my couch. I was like, why are you attacking this one? You don't even know these people. So yeah, my parents were not very supportive at first. And I had told the church, I had told the girls, because I was like, look, my parents are not supportive, and they would say, Satan is trying to use people you love to say that we're a cult, and we're not a cult. So I was like, okay, I believe you. So we continued with our Bible studies. Probably like a month goes by. I was attending their church as well, like their online church service. Everyone around me was seeing red flags, but I was not. So they were at a conference one weekend, an international conference. They came back either Sunday or Monday, and they wanted to hang out in person on Monday. I was pretty uncomfortable with the idea of wanting to hang out in person. My grandma is sick in the hospital, so I did not want to like hang out with people that are not in my circle, because I didn't want to put my grandma at, health risk. And also, number two, these people literally just got back from an international conference and just eliminated quarantining to hang out with me. Like, I was like, something weird about that. Also, my commute, it's not like a 10-minute walk and I'm there and I can hang out with them. It's literally like a 2-hour commute. So it is far. And I was like, can we just wait until I'm in person? We're in person for school and I can hang out. No, they needed to do it now. And they would start saying things like, if you love Jesus, you would do this. I thought you loved us. I thought you were serious. And I'm like, I'm serious about studying the Bible. Can we not do this online? Like, why did it have to be in person? Yeah, so I basically said no. And yeah, they would attack me with different Bible verses, being like, if you were a true Christian, you would do this. So that was my kind of experience. It's very difficult to talk about. Let's get into some of the reasons why I decided to leave. This is from my personal experience. So these are just my experiences, and there's so many others online. Like 7 to 8 hours worth of research. This is not in any order. Number one, I was not able to watch a Sadie Robertson YouTube video. That caught me off guard, but I was like, why can I not watch a Sadie Robertson video? They were like, no, you can only watch a video if it comes from our church. I was like, Sadie Robertson is the same religion as us. Why can I not watch her video? She's one of the reasons why, like, I want to go to church and become a better person. Like, weird. I could only watch videos that came from her church. Super weird. Number two, cold contact. I needed to recruit cold contact people. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to stand in the middle of, or like a corner of this busy city talking to people. Hi, do you want to grow your faith? No, I'm going to get punched in the face or something. Just wanted to add on to this from my own experience. I was in the city one day walking a class, and I happened to be in the mall of the big city, and this mother and child came up to me. I don't remember exactly what they asked me. They asked me something about Jesus, and they were like, can you show me where? And I was like, I'm sorry, I can't show you where. Number one, I have to go to class, and the second reason was, like, I'm a little bit scared. I know that it's like, it's a woman and a child, but, and I do not want to go missing. I just would rather say no and protect myself, in case something were to happen to me. So I just said no, and yeah, that's why I don't want to do that to other people. I don't want to make other people uncomfortable or feel in danger in a scary city. So yeah. Sure, I definitely want to share my faith, but like, are there more safe areas for me to do that? And it became, if I'm literally giving my life to this church, I need to evangelize the nation. I need to recruit as many people as possible, where it becomes not sharing my faith, but pushing my faith down people's throats. And that's not what I want to do. Donations. This is another big one. Usually when you go to church, it's like, they pass around something, or if you have money, you can donate it. They'll tell you you can donate it, but you don't have to. This church was like expecting money from you, where they were like, Nicole, like, we expect $10 from you a week. Number one, I have no problem putting my money to a church. That's not my issue. It didn't feel like a choice though. It was like, you're expected, you must do this. And I'm like, look, I'm a student, I'm not working right now, I don't have a lot of money. That's gonna put a huge in my savings. Especially when it's like I can't give what I want to. They were like, if you cared, you would put 10%. It's expected of you to put 10% of your savings aside for this church. Why do I need 10% of my income that I don't have? So it wasn't a choice, and it was literally expected of me. I can't give what I want. Also, there's only one church. I'm literally 2 hours away from the city. So I would have to spend 2 hours commuting to church and back from church. I cannot walk up the street and go to any of my churches that are literally local because they're not a church of God. Sure, not all churches are, the same religion, but I was like, can I not just find like a local church that is of the same religion? They're like, no, you can't. So I was like, that's a huge inconvenience that I would have to drive 2 hours to and from every single time. And there's church services 4 times a week, minimum at church 4 times a week. Again, I'm a student. I can't just drop what I'm doing. If I have the time to give and to go to church, yes, I will do that. But there are some times that I cannot just like up and walk out of my class to go to church. And like they expected you to. They were like, if you're a true Christian, you would just up and leave. You would put anything aside for us. Brings me to my next point. They expected me to up and leave my family and friends who are not a part of this church. This is the one time I've ever heard anyone say this of any religion, that people who are not in my church, I'm expected to just cut ties with them. I can't have friends of different religions. I would have to leave my family and never talk to these people again unless I convert them. What? I was literally ready to move out of my house, start a new life. Like, I'm graduating. I was ready to put on hold my career, move in with these people that I just met, to give my whole heart to this church. Like, say goodbye to my life. And I was like, okay, I don't know if this is normal. So I obviously call up my friends who practice different religions, and I was like, hey, have you ever questioned our friendship because I'm a different religion? And they were like, no, Nicole. And I'm like, okay, has anyone said to you that you cannot be friends with me because I'm a different religion? And they said, no. So I'm like, why is my church saying to me that I have to cut ties or convert them into my religion? Like, what? What else? Oh, this is something I learned after. So, you know how I was talking about the Bible studies? There was an extra person there taking notes for you. And I learned that this extra person taking notes was taking notes on my life and things that I was saying to them. Not about the dang scriptures. Nah, that was their least concern. They would take notes about me and my life and everything wrong with me. I would have had a Bible study where I confessed all my sins to these people so that they would have more ammo against me, so that they could blackmail me to stay in the church. They'd be like, you can't leave. No. Remember all these sins that you confessed to me? You cannot leave. So happy I did not do that Bible study and I left right before then. And let's talk about the actual process of me leaving. When I decided to leave, I told them right away. I basically said to them, I said, thank you for all of your time that you've given to me. But I just don't think that this church is the right fit for me. And immediately they start bombarding me with messages being like, you're giving in to Satan. These new churches are not churches of God. This is the only church where you'll go to heaven. Any other church, you won't go to heaven. So they start manipulating me. They would say these Bible verses and they took what we both believe in but use it against me. It was so hard talking to them. So gosh, they've been bombarding me. Why haven't you come to church? Why haven't you done this? Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? Why are My advice: when you know you're leaving a church, just block off these people. Be like, I'm done, leaving, done. So you don't have to deal with this, I don't want to say harassment, but guilt. Yeah, guilt. You don't have to deal with their guilt. They're guilt shaming you, blaming you, telling you that you're, less of a person for choosing a different church. Literally, it's not like I'm giving up my faith. I'm just finding a different church. So I don't need to listen to these people who don't know who I really am. So yeah, please block them so you don't have to deal with their guilt shaming you, guilt tripping you, using Bible verses against you, flat out manipulating you. Block them. So now let's get into what my next steps are and what happens after you leave a church. Thankfully, there's literally like 4 churches up and down the street. Like, it's not hard to find a new church. I started going to one of the churches nearby. Went to their service on Sunday. You can find a new church. I think right now I'm just trying out new churches nearby, see where I have a connection with people, see where I can grow my faith the most. And yeah, I haven't found a church yet. I haven't decided, but yeah, that might be an update video for like another month or something, where I update you on if I find a new church, if I keep trying out new churches. I am just, wishing the best for all of you, whether you're in this church, whether you've left your church, whether you're thinking about leaving a church. My thoughts and my prayers go out to anyone who's in the same situation as me. It is so hard, and literally it felt like my life went from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, literally like that. I felt a lot of guilt, depression, and anxiety since deciding to leave. It's not an easy decision. So yeah, I just wanted to say, if you got to this part of the video, I thank you so much for watching my video. Please subscribe and stay tuned to the next episode of Finding My Faith. I wish you all a joyous and prosperous 2022. I can't wait to see you at the next video, but please take care of yourself. Bye. See you next time.